lot of you that have been keeping up with TW3 over the years know that one of our big calling cards and money makers is our call center. And how that all came about was back when I started insurance, and I flipped the script. I said, I'm not going to recruit guys and train them and then have this 20, 30, 40, 50% overwrite like most insurance agencies do, and sell them leads and then police behind them to make sure that they sold the particular lead that I sold them, the insurance through my agency and all this other jazz. No, what I did was I gave them full 100% commission. If I made 130% off of it, I might keep a 5% override. So I gave a very minimum override, if any. In some cases, I gave them full 100. I didn't even make an override. But the caveat was the catch, if you will, was I'm not going to sell you leads. I'm going to sell you a marketing tool for you to generate your own leads. So anyway, that's how this whole business got started. Well, when I would bring people in, one of the things we started was a call center. In other words, I got hooked up with RingCentral, and you can hear commercials about RingCentral on these podcasts and on TW3radio.com. And they're a sponsor of this show, and I'll continue to sponsor them because for the most part, I'm not going to bash them too heavy here in a second, but there's reasons. The point I'm getting to is we're leaving RingCentral and we're doing something completely different after years. But here, my point is, I started with them back and started using them and leveraging them as a platform like in 2010, 2011. I can't remember exactly, but it's been a long time. And then in 2015, I started as a marketer and advertiser for them because we were, all of the agents, the insurance agents and agencies that we brought on, we would put them in our call center and show them how to use these tools to drive calls to the extension that we'd set up in our RingCentral account, right? And did that for years. And then when we sort of opened up and it wasn't just insurance, became real estate, direct sales, anybody with any business that needed a marketing platform to generate their own leads, that's what they use TW3 for. And as a bonus of being a member of TW3, you got an extension in our call center. And so you could resell TW3, not just use it, but resell it as a business opportunity as well. When we started doing that, man, the business just exploded because people loved the biz ops side of our business because you could sell, one of our packages and make anywhere at the time. It was like 500. Now it's up to 750 to, well, with the new products we just released, you could be making as much as, $8,000, $6,000, $6,000 if you're an elite member. So, I mean, one sale, you can make anywhere from $700. The least you're going to make is $750. Well, catch that because we just released something. So now we got one at $200, but for the most part, $200 all the way up to $6,000 is what you can make off of one sale. And you're making that money off of selling the very product and training and tools you're using to generate the leads for making that sale. So it became a cash machine, and we were using RingCentral. So what has this got to do with nostalgia, Terry? I'll tell you. For the last 2 years, we have found that there's things in RingCentral that just don't work with our business anymore. It just is not the best fit for where we're at in 20 at the time, 17, 18, 19, and now about to go into 2020. There are just other platforms, tools, and things. And so we still promoted RingCentral. We still used it to manage our call center. But as we would run into some of these limitations that it would have, we would just say on the side, hey, in some of our advanced training, go ahead and set you up a Google Voice, and it'll be able to do this. It'll be able to do this. You can use it with the texting and some of the training we're showing. You'll be able to do it. You can download the app for free. I mean, there was just so many different things that it made more sense. But I kept RingCentral, and I kept Why? The power of nostalgia. And this is where nostalgia hurts you. And this is where you've got to be honest in your business. Is the tools, training, technology, the things you're doing today, is it because it's the best thing for your business? Or is it just because you've got this soft spot in your heart that every time you see this thing, every time you use this thing, every time you see the brand of this thing, it brings you back to a time and a place where it made you feel better. That's what, as goofy as that sounds, listen, I was on the backside of just losing everything, going bankrupt, rebuilding my life. And I started using these tools. I started building this agency and I started this whole thing. And one of the things that I was using was RingCentral to rebuild my whole business. And so it was one of the first tools we used at TW3 to be able to build our platform and give a resource to our members to be able to resell our tools. Well, I held on to that thing. It should have been let go, to be honest with you, back in 2017. It didn't fit anymore. Where we're at today with online marketing, digital marketing, and the things we're doing with sales funnels and the automation, you could, when you needed a voice over internet solution for our business and our purposes, I'm not saying I still promote RingCentral because for a lot of companies, it would still work. But for what we were doing, no longer a viable solution. But I held on to it. Why? The power of nostalgia.